Breeze coming in off the western Gulf. Once again, this Gulf fetch keeping us not so humid, but definitely keeping things a bit on the elevated side with dew points. I would say, you know, low is when you get them in the 20s. So 50 is kind of right in the middle. I mean, you're not really going to feel humidity. 64 degrees, about where we shouldn't be, or where we should be in the afternoons this time of year. Take a look at some of these daytime highs today. This was incredible. So mid 70s in the hill country, upper 70s up I-35. But look what happened down to the south and west. 85s at Pearsall, Cotulla, but 88 flirting with 90 at Carrizo Springs. I wouldn't be surprised if, say, Crystal City or La Pryor did hit 90 today. 84 Del Rio, 86 Eagle Pass. We stop at 78. Seguin got to 79. So our 78, by the way, 10 full degrees above average, but you can still see a pretty far cry from a 1927 record. I want to point this one out. 12, look at the year, 2021. We were hitting a record low of 12 degrees. You remember 2021 and what was happening this week. We were tallying some of the most impressive snow totals we've seen since the 1985 snowstorm. 10.5 inches of snow in Bernie. 11.5 in Del Rio, Helotes 8.5, SeaWorld 8 inches of snow. Just an incredible Snowvid 2021. All right, here we are 5 years later, and that Gulf fetch will continue overnight and through Tuesday. In fact, I think it'll get a little bit on the breezy side tomorrow afternoon as wind gusts go between 20 and 30 up the I-35 corridor. But the key here is that it's a south and southeast wind overnight. It's going to bring in the cloud cover. So tomorrow morning, we start cloudy. In fact, you might look up and think, maybe I should take the umbrella. Not a drop will fall. And most of this cloud cover will be gone by, say, early afternoon. We see this all mix out. We get up into the lower 80s. It's another warm day waiting for us again tomorrow. As a matter of fact, a lot of you want to know, I mean, are we done with freezing temps? Well, I think we could see one more light freeze. We're certainly done with hard freezes, but we probably won't see much more. If we get one more, that would be a lot. Right now, here's the setup. You can see that this Pacific stream, incredible stream of moisture when you look at it, right? It's really moving up and over the top of a ridge of high pressure that's over Texas. And systems like this that you see out on the West Coast will also be diverted in that same fashion as long as that high is in control. And you can see that ridge right here in those upper levels. Now watch what happens though by the weekend. We've got one system that does swing in, but it looks like most of its energy is going to be up to the north. It could throw a shower in our direction before the next ridge of high pressure takes over and we quiet down again. But it's kind of a long shot right now. The rain chances are not very good, but we're going to put them there on the 14-day forecast, which, by the way, now takes us into March. Let's begin with Tuesday. We start at 54, go to 82 tomorrow. South to southeast winds, breezy at times in the afternoon. Wednesday, 80, with skies a little more on the cloudy side before a warmer Thursday, 85 waiting for us on Thursday. Then 82 on Friday before we set up a chance. It's only 20%. I'll put it in for Sunday too, but might be dropping that one because it does appear that system does exit quickly. And then as we get into the final days of February, we're going mid-70s to mid-80s on the 26th and heading into this weekend where we split between 2 months. It does look as though we stay in the lower to mid-70s and above average. So really not more than, say, a couple of chilly mornings in the mid to upper 40s, and the afternoons stay dry and mild. Nate Ryan with a look at sports coming up after a quick break.